both of
Give me just a
those?
minute. I need to give a door prize away anyway, so let me go do this raffle real quick and we'll.
Okay, sounds good. I'll mute mine and play the guitar for a little while. Or maybe not mute it.
Sounding great.
Mm.
Sounding great, Neil.
Oh, I hope I wasn't interrupting anything.
No, not at all.
Okay.
You can hear me okay, right?
Yep, you're coming through. And
All right.
I think we're
So tonight, everybody's got the guitars in their hands. So
okay.
we're ready to learn from the master. And just so everybody, Neil's been a presenter for us, well, 2 or 3 times already. Like I said, he's got a brand new grandbaby in California. So he's enjoying the life of a grandparent now for sure. So Zoom was the best option. So that's what we're going to do. And everybody's, I didn't even bring guitar stands for the group tonight, Neil. I just knew we'd have the guitars in hands all night long.
Okay.
So I think we're ready. I'll turn the, I don't be able to see the group.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can. That's kind of helpful. I can't really quite zoom in on anybody specifically yet, but that's probably okay too. How is the sound over there? Like if I'm playing something, was that coming through okay? The guitar's all right. Okay. Okay, well, Bart, you had talked about me wanting to go into a little bit about harmonics, or a lot about harmonics, or something. Is that where we should start, or does anybody have something else that they'd rather hear more about first?
Well, I think
Oh, now I'm not hearing you.
Still not hearing me?
Oh no, there we go. So I don't know what was happening there a second ago, but now we're coming through.
Okay.
And, oh, looks like
Yeah.
Bart. By the way,
we were. Yep. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say. By the way, I made you a co-host on this. Like a thing just came up that somebody wanted to join Johnny, and I just let him in. But you should be able to do that too from your end if anybody drops in. So.
Okay.
Okay.
So Neil, I think if you don't mind, maybe a couple songs for the entertainment value, but then
Okay.
Kind of like the fretboard geometry that we talked about, that where the harmonics are at, and then the harmonics that you can, what do you call them, artificial harmonics.
Okay. Yeah.
And I think everybody would really love to learn more about that.
Okay. I don't know, any song you want to hear me play? This is dangerous. I should always open the door for it to be any requests. Play something you know.
He can play damn near anything.
Oh no. Great.
What is it? A bossa nova song.
Oh. Okay. Let's two pop into my head, but I'm going to do the more obscure one, I guess. Somebody else entered the waiting room. So that, hopefully some of you guys recognize that. That is the theme song from a movie called Black Orpheus. And it became a popular jazz standard the movie came out in the late 50s. Very kind of dark movie, but it's the old Greek myth, I think Greek, but anyhow, of life and death and playing until the sun comes up. But it became a jazz standard because some of the bossa nova folks, Gilberto and Antonio Jobim, started playing it, and with that bossa nova beat. A lot of what makes something bossa nova is really the percussion, and I've got a few lessons at TG about some easy bossa nova patterns. a lot of it requires, part of the important part is getting some clicks on your strings. And so that's what a lot of percussive playing involves. So maybe we'll talk about that a little bit more as time goes on. But you may have noticed, again, it sounded like I almost had a rhythm section in there doing, you keep hearing that click. And what that really is, by the way, is mostly the sixth string being slapped into the frets. And so I'm just, resting my sixth string in there, and you can kind of do that. The motion, though, is, I guess it'll turn into a quick technique of this, is not, you're not coming down on the string like you would to pluck it. You're coming from out here, and you're going in basically 90 degrees into the string to just knock it lightly into the sixth string. So you could practice that as a what songs do I have that do that? Yeah, like even this would be a really good exercise. If you just grab like an A7 chord for no particular reason, and grab the middle four strings, that your thumb on the fifth string, and your index finger on the fourth string, your middle finger on the third string, and your ring finger on the second string. So you're just grabbing all four strings with your thumb, index, middle, and ring finger. And that would be beat 1 of the measure. And then on beat 2, that's when you come in with this click by putting all your fingers, everything right back in position, ready to play the same notes. And that's beat 2 is this click that you hear there. 1, 2, 3, 4. You could just practice that like that, grabbing the chord and then getting that percussion in there. And what this is doing here is kind of imitating what the snare drum is usually doing in most percussive stuff, especially in rock and roll. But you're usually hearing this boom, boom, so that slap on the snare is what we want to happen on beats 2 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's let Bob Lindsay in here. And then to get it to sound a little more bossa nova-y, all you do is instead of grabbing everything on beat 3 the way I just did, instead of this, 1, 2, 3, 4, grab the chord again on the and of 2, and then the bass note on 3. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. So you're separating the second grab. It's the fingers on the and of 2, and then the bass note on 3. And then you come in with that click on 4 again, and now you've got a basic bossa nova rhythm. If I did that with the chords too, like Girl from Ipanema, you'd hear something like this. And all I'm doing there is playing an F major 7 chord with 3 fingers. The first string is open, my first finger on C, my second finger on A, and my third finger on F. You've probably played little F chords before, like the little 4-string F. And if you just leave the first string open, that's F major 7, because we brought an E into this chord. Should recognize that as the beginning of this. And the next chord is too hard to play without hurting my hand, but I'll try it anyway. Anyhow, so that F major 7 is the opening to Color My World, the Chicago tune. But if you want it to sound like what's happening in Girl from Ipanema, I played that little F major 7, but I also put the F, low F, in the bass with my thumb. And then was doing that rhythm with my thumb on the 6th string and my fingers on the top 3 strings. Then just moving the whole thing up a half step, keeping the first string open, making it an F sharp 7 chord. And so those 2 chords are kind of what you hear as the vamp to the beginning of Girl from Ipanema. F major 7 up to F sharp 7. Eventually you hear this. Uh-oh. Anyway, that was the other bossa nova I might have played, but I would decide to go with Black Orpheus anyway. So a lot of the songs I play, I'll play one more tune. A lot of them use like this percussive effect. So here's Well, all my campers have heard this, but I'll play it anyway. So this is a Pat Metheny tune called Last Train Home. And the idea with this is to think you hear the train coming down the tracks the whole time. Well, hopefully you could vision the train and hear the train coming and going in that, and hear the whistles. Really cool sounds in that. So, okay, there you have a couple of tunes.